Welcome back to Equity Mates. Ren, desktop computers, laptops, phones. What is next? The future of computing is being worked out in the corridors of big tech at the moment. We've got Zuck, we've got Tim Cook, you name it, all working on it. And there's been some developments that are worth paying attention to. So here are some of the devices that we'll be addicted to next. And it's not the Apple iPhone.
Well, no, we're addicted to that now.
Yes, we won't be in the future.
So I think there's a couple of news stories that we wanted to pull together because with an investing lens, they're relevant to big tech and you know, we all have investments in big tech either directly or through indexes. But also just from a consumer lens, I found this quite interesting because we're all going to be using these devices that big tech are cooking up. And so the headline where we want to start here is Apple.
Yeah.
Now, Apple made a lot of fanfare about the Vision Pro headset.
So much.
Do you remember,
So
was it
much.
what, two years ago, 3 years ago, they had, first person that bought it, they had like crowds outside cheering and
2024, it feels like longer than that, yeah.
There was those early videos of people using them on public transport.
Yeah.
I was pretty excited to try it.
Yeah.
Can say I haven't tried it. Can also say I've never seen one in the wild.
Never. Yeah. What a massive collapse.
It's not just us saying it's collapse. Apple internally, now this is according to a Bloomberg report, Apple internally have kind of acknowledged it's been a bit of a flop. They are pivoting away from them. So the report from Bloomberg is that Apple have told internal teams to pivot to other devices, which we'll get to because there's a couple coming down the pike. But before we do, let's just pour one out for the latest failure of big tech to make smart glasses.
So we've had Google Glass.
Yeah.
That was a while ago,
2014.
I would say. About a decade ago. That was a big flop. Then, Microsoft HoloLens.
Yes.
And then, obviously, Apple Vision Pro. Big tech have tried glasses with a lot of failure. And hang on, there's one missing there, which was the Snapchat. Didn't Snapchat have some
Snap had glasses.
They had Ray-Bans, some Ray-Bans.
The other one that's missing is Meta. We'll get to Meta in a second.
Yeah.
But look, Apple's smart glasses dream isn't over. They are pivoting to just a different design of smart glasses. So they're working on more traditional glasses. For people who are watching on YouTube, like the glasses that Bryce is wearing today. 2 models in the works for Apple. Reportedly in 2026, they're going to release smart glasses that will pair with the iPhone, but there'll be no digital display in the lens.
Interesting. So I guess you'd just be communicating with your iPhone.
Yeah, I guess it's like
Sound.
Siri, read me that text,
tell me
or
when to
like
turn right.
Siri, put a timer on for my cooking, or tell me when to turn right. That's not bad.
Like, I don't pay that, to be honest. But anyway, I'm not a massive Siri user.
Neither.
Yeah.
So that's 2026, and then reportedly in 2027 they will have a model of glasses with their own digital display.
Yeah.
Now, the question is why? So Apple don't split out their Vision Pro sales, but apparently they just haven't been selling well. But what has been selling well, and reportedly what has prompted this pivot from Apple, is Meta.
Yeah.
Because Meta's smart glasses are selling well.
Yeah.
Which is somewhat surprising.
Well, they've been working on these for, obviously, as you said, they first sort of released their own not their own, but I reckon they've been working on these for a while now. They have done a version of the Ray-Bans, and that wasn't sort of that great, but they've certainly been working on these in the background.
So Meta, I mean, look, they've had some, not failures, but some struggles with glasses as well. They bought Oculus and they made the Meta Quest, the VR headsets, which I don't think have sold that well. But then they partnered with EssilorLuxottica, the glasses giant. They own Ray-Ban and a bunch of other glasses brands. But in October 2023, they released their 2nd generation models, and those reportedly have sold well. So here are the numbers. Since then, they've reportedly sold 2 million units of these smart glasses. But what has got the tech world sitting up and taking notice is that sales tripled in the first half of 2025.
Wow. Now, Ren, it hasn't all been plain sailing for Zuckerberg.
No.
There's a very funny video where recently he tried to demo these at a live product demonstration.
Yeah, launch the latest version of these glasses.
And let me tell you, heads will roll because he tried to make a video call.
Yes.
And it just wouldn't connect.
There we go. Uh-oh. Well, let's see what happened there. That's too bad. I don't know what happened.
Tried multiple times.
I think they blame the Wi-Fi in the room.
Yeah, it's like, come on, guys, you're Meta. Your Wi-Fi is going to be fine. Couldn't connect, but nonetheless, they're selling well. There's a lot of demand. But we should also explain that there's a range of, I guess, glasses that Meta are releasing. So this one is just your pure compute, like AI. So it displays on the glass. You have a wristband where you can control the display, but that's it.
Think of it as like a computer in your glasses. It's a phone display here,
Yes.
in your eye, but that's the extent of it.
Yeah. Then they've got what they call the Orion, which is augmented reality. Thicker frames, they're a lot bigger and chunkier, but that's where it overlays graphics and imagery into your own environment, and you can engage with it that way. And then that's really...
No, then there's virtual reality, which is the MetaQuest.
Which is MetaQuest, yeah. So they're right in the thick of it.
They are right in the thick of it. And they've got some pretty ambitious growth targets. So they've sold 2 million since October 2023, so in 2 years? Zuckerberg has told the team he wants to sell 5 million by the end of the year, so another 3 million in the final quarter, which is big. The question becomes, is Meta too far ahead? And that's not just me. Wired wrote an article in August 2025 titled, Meta has already won the smart glasses race. So the question is why? EssilorLuxottica is the biggest player in glasses. They have 30% market share. In North America, it's 45%. Some people say those numbers are well undercooked. Like they're kind of seen as the glasses monopoly.
Right.
Meta invested $3.5 billion in EssilorLuxottica for 3% of the company. So not a huge shareholding, but it does make them the company's second largest shareholder. Ties the two of them together and really aligns them on a product strategy. It allows Meta to really ensure that smart glasses aren't just a nice product adjacency, but like a core part of their strategy going forward.
Yeah.
But importantly, and this is where people start to ask, has Meta built themselves a really strong advantage here? If you think about smart glasses relative to some other forms of technology, they're quite personalized. Now, I don't have glasses, but glasses are something that need to be fitted to your face. Often they need a prescription for the lenses. You need distribution. You need somewhere where people can walk in and get fitted and get their eyes tested. And that's what EssilorLuxottica has. And so their retail distribution becomes Meta's retail distribution for smart glasses, which every other big tech player is going to have to play catch up on.
Yeah. I can sympathize with that. I am doomed when my current glasses break because they're the only pair left in distribution from Specsavers. So I'll have to change frames. They don't make them anymore. So I'll have to change frames.
But they're not that like bespoke.
Oh, no, they're not bespoke, but they just are the best fitting I've ever had. So I'll have to just
wait until you try these Meta
I know. I can't wait for this. I can't wait.
They exist. And you could get them.
No, they're too thick at the moment for me. A bit too thick.
The Orion.
Yeah.
But you could get the compute ones.
I could. True.
Yeah.
Well, I might do it because Zuck has also said in his Q2 earnings, if you don't have glasses that have AI, you're probably going to be at a pretty significant cognitive disadvantage compared to other people. Man, we're all going to be walking around with glasses on.
Glasses on, chips in our head. Yeah.
What a future. What a future.
Now, as we talk about smart devices and the future of computing, it's probably worth just quickly touching on OpenAI.
Yeah.
Because they are making a big play into devices, which reports say not going too well.
No.
So for context, they acquired IO for $6.5 billion, which is Jony Ives' company. Jony Ives, key designer in the iPhone, well, in Apple's journey, iPod, iPhone. And it seems that they're getting the Apple band back together. So they bought IO, which brought in more than 20 former Apple hardware engineers alongside Jony Ives himself. But according to reviews of OpenAI's LinkedIn, they've also recruited at least a dozen other Apple hardware experts this year alone. So they are getting the Apple band back together. And the way that they're speaking about their device that OpenAI wants to create is they want it to be a third device alongside your phone and your computer.
No. Won't work.
Just straight no.
No.
Okay, well, look.
It's got to be good.
It does have to be good.
Yeah.
So the FT have recently written an article about how they're struggling. They had plans to launch a device in 2026, but that is now in doubt. They want it to be screenless. It seems like Jony Ives is having a real reckoning with some of the
Impact.
negative impacts of the phone.
Yeah.
And so they want it to be screenless. They want it to be less addictive, I guess, or less problematic in some ways. The problem is the phone is pretty good.
It's also not the screen that does that. It's a lot of the underlying code that these companies do.
Well, it's a lot of the apps that are enabled by the screen.
Exactly.
Yeah. So they're trying to figure out how to make this AI device. They're trying to figure out if it should be always on or only respond to specific prompts. But they're also struggling to get the AI to end conversations. Because you know how AI always ends with would you like me to?
Yeah.
Apparently it struggles to know when the conversation's done.
Interesting. Yeah. Always wants the last word.
One anonymous source said to the FT who's working on this device, quote, "The concept is that you should have a friend who's a computer who isn't your weird AI girlfriend." Maybe a subtweet at some of the product development that Elon Musk has been doing, if people have been following that. But another thing they're struggling with is, you know how these AI models always tell you you're great?
Yeah.
They always tell you your ideas are great.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. That's such a good idea.
Yeah.
One other anonymous source said, quote, "Model personality is a hard thing to balance. It can't be too sycophantic, not too direct, helpful, but doesn't keep talking in a feedback loop."
Yeah. It could do the world a lot of good if you kept being told that you're doing really well.
But no, people need to be told when their ideas are bad.
Who cares?
Well,
look at them.
That's a separate discussion. But I think my challenge reading all this is
hardware's hard.
You need a better product than the phone. To have a third device that complements the phone and the laptop, you need to offer something that the phone can't do.
Yeah.
And if everything that their device does, you could just do on your phone.
Yeah.
Speak to AI, get it to what is it doing that is incrementally better?
Yeah.
Which is why if I had to bet on this screenless AI device or smart glasses, unfortunately, I think I'm backing Zach.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to get around it. I mean, I might give it a go and see what it's like. Anyway. Future of computing is here, I would say, Ren.
It's coming.
It's here.
It's here. Well, the future is here. It's just not evenly distributed.
Yes, well said.
It's not my quote, but I do really like that quote.
I will say this about investing. Everything you do learn is cumulative. What I learned at 20 is useful.